Hello and welcome. Welcome to today's lesson, Parts of Speech, Action Words / Verbs. Next slide. About the teacher, my name is Margaret B. Lovick. I have a master's degree in educational leadership, a bachelor's degree in business administration, and an associate's degree in computer science. You can contact me via email or Skype. Margaret Lovick 2664 at gmail.com is my email address, and my Skype address is live semicolon M Lovick 2664 underscore 1. Should you want to have a one-on-one lesson with me, or you have any questions about this lesson or any lessons in the past. I am TOEFL certified. I have taught classes all over the world via the internet. Next slide. You can follow me on Facebook at margaret.lovick, on Instagram at ESL Teacher 64, and Twitter at mlovick2664. Next slide. In today's lesson objectives, we are going to define the meaning of an action word / action verb, to provide various examples of action words with photos. 3. Review and practice pronunciation of action words and read sentences highlighting action verbs. Next slide. Word recognition. Action words. Action words are the same as action verbs when there's physical movement. Next word. Action words. If you notice the arrows pointing to different action words. Left hand top corner, dance. Right hand top corner, shout. Left hand bottom corner, play. Right hand bottom corner, sing. All these words are action words. Again, dance, shout, play, sing. Action words or action verbs describe something a noun can do. Next slide. Our first action word is bend. For pronunciation, again, bend. Next slide. Our sentence, the girl can bend. Girl is the noun. Bend is the verb. Bend describes what the girl can do. Bend plus ing becomes bending. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is bending. Bending is a physical movement, so it is an action verb. Next slide. Cook is our next word. Pronunciation, cook. Next slide. Our sentence, mom can cook. Mom is the noun. Cook is the verb. Cook describes what mom can do. Cook plus ing becomes cooking. Notice the arrow and the red word. Mom is cooking. So cooking is a action verb. Next slide. Next word, crawl. Pronunciation again, crawl. Next slide. Our sentence, the boy can crawl. Boy is the noun. Crawl is the verb. Crawl describes what the boy can do. Crawl plus ing becomes crawling. Notice the arrow and the red word. The boy is crawling. Crawling is an action verb. It shows what the boy is doing. Next slide. Next word, cry. Pronunciation again, cry. Next slide. Our sentence, the girl can cry loudly. Girl is the noun, cry is the verb. Cry describes what the girl can do loudly. Cry plus ing becomes crying. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is crying. Crying is the action verb showing physical action. Next slide. Dance. Again, pronunciation, dance. Next slide. Our sentence, the boy can dance. Boy is the noun, dance is the verb. Dance describes what the boy can do. Dance plus ing becomes dancing. Notice the arrow and the red word. Also notice with the word dance, there is a red X on the E. To make the word dancing, you have to take away the E and add ing. The boy is dancing. Dancing is an action verb showing physical movement. Next slide. Next word, draw. Again, pronunciation, draw. Next slide. Our sentence, the girl can draw nicely. Girl is the noun. Draw is the verb. Draw describes what the girl can do. Draw plus ing becomes draw in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is drawing. Drawing is the action verb. It is showing physical movement. Next slide. Drink. Again, pronunciation, drink. Next slide. The girl can drink quickly. Girl is the noun. Drink is the verb. Drink describes what the girl can do quickly. Drink plus ing becomes drinking. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is drinking her juice quickly. Drinking is the action verb showing physical movement. Next word. Eat. Pronunciation, eat. Next slide. The boy can eat a lot. Boy is the noun. Eat is the verb. Eat describes what the boy can do a lot of. Eat plus ing becomes eaten. Notice the arrow and the red word. The boy is eating a lot of pizza. Something that a lot of us like to do is to eat pizza. Next slide. Jump. Pronunciation again, jump. Next slide. Our sentence, the boy can jump. Boy is the noun. Jump is the verb. Jump describes what the boy can do. It is an action word. Jump plus ing becomes an action verb. Notice the arrow and the red word. The boy is jumping in the water. Jumping is now an action verb. That's physical movement. Next slide. Kick. Again, pronunciation, kick. Next slide. Our sentence, the girl can kick fast. Girl is the noun. Kick is the verb. Kick describes what the girl can do fast. Kick plus ing becomes kick in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is kicking the ball. Kicking is an action verb. There's physical movement. Next slide. Kneel. Again, pronunciation, kneel. Next slide. Our sentence, the boy can kneel on the floor. Boy is the noun. Kneel is the verb. Kneel plus ing becomes kneel in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The boy is kneeling to pray. Kneeling is an action verb. It's showing physical movement. Next slide. Laugh. Laugh. Laughter is good. Next word. Our sentence, the boy can laugh so loudly. Boy is the noun. Laugh is the verb. Laugh describes what the boy can do so loudly. Laugh plus ing becomes laugh in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The boy is laughing so loudly. Always remember to laugh and laugh loudly. Next slide. Lift. Again, pronunciation, lift. Next slide. Our sentence, the girl can lift the box. Girl is the noun. Lift is the verb. Lift describes what the girl can do. Lift plus ing becomes lift in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is lifting the box. Lifting becomes action verb because of physical movement is taking place. Next slide. Paint. Again, paint. Next slide. Our sentence, the boy can paint. Boy is the noun. Paint is the verb. Paint describes what the boy can do. Paint plus ing becomes paint in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The boy is painting a picture. Painting is the action verb because there's physical action. Next slide. Pull. Again, pronunciation, pull. Next slide. Our sentence, the girl can pull the wagon. Girl is the noun. Pull is the verb. Pull describes what the girl can do. Pull plus ing becomes pull in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is pulling the wagon. Pulling is the action verb. There is physical action. Next word. Read. Again, read. This word can be tricky sometimes because it is also read. Read. Depending on the type of sentence you are using is how you pronounce it. So we're going to use this one as read. Next slide. Our example says the girl can read. Girl is the noun. Read is the verb. Read describes what the girl can do. Read plus ing becomes read in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is reading the book. You wouldn't want to say the girl is reading the book. So use this word in the correct way depending on your sentences. The girl is reading the book. Next slide. Run. Again, pronunciation, run. Next slide. The man can run is our sentence. Man is the noun. Run is the verb. Run plus ing becomes run in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The man is running fast. Also notice when you add ing to this word, you add another N to the end of run and then add ing. In another lesson, I will explain why some words, the consonants are doubled before adding ing. But this word is running. The man is running fast. Next slide. Shout. Again, pronunciation, shout. Next slide. The girl can shout loudly is our sentence. Girl is the noun. Shout is the verb. Shout describes what the girl can do loudly. Shout plus ing becomes shouting. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is shouting loudly. Shouting is the action verb showing physical action. Next word. Sit. Pronunciation, again, sit. Next slide. Our sentence. The girl can sit for a long time. Girl is the noun. Sit is the verb. Sit describes what the girl can do for a long time. Sit plus ing becomes sit in. Notice the arrow and the red word. We add another T at the end of the spelling of sit. Then we add ing. Again, I'll have a lesson explaining why some words you have to double the consonants before adding ing. The girl is sitting in the chair. Sitting is the action verb showing physical movement. Next word. Sing. Again, pronunciation, sing. Next slide. The girl can sing. Girl is the noun. Sing is the verb. Sing describes what the girl can do. Sing plus ing becomes singing. The girl is singing. It is now an action verb showing physical action. Next slide. Sleep. This is something a lot of us don't get enough of. Sleep. Next slide. Our sentence. The girl can sleep all day. The noun is girl. The verb is sleep. Sleep plus ing becomes sleep in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is sleeping with her teddy bear. Sleeping is the action verb. It is showing physical action. Next slide. Smell. The air smells good. Smell. Next slide. Our sentence, the man can smell the soup. Man is the noun. Smell is the verb. Smell plus ing becomes smelling. The man is smelling the soup. Good. Smelling. Smelling is the action verb. There is a physical action. Next slide. Swim. Again, pronunciation. Swim. Next slide. The boy can swim. Boy is the noun. Swim is the verb. Swim describes what the boy can do. Swim plus ing becomes swim in. Notice the arrow and the red word, which is another example. Before adding the ing, you must double the m, the constant, and then it becomes swim in. The boy is swimming in the ocean. Swimming is the action verb because there is a physical action. Next slide. Play. Again, pronunciation, play. Next slide. The girl can play after school is our sentence. Girl is the noun. Play is the verb. Play describes what the girl can do after school, possibly after she finishes her homework. The girl can play after school. Play plus ing becomes play in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is playing with airplanes. Playing is the action verb showing physical movement. Next slide. Think. Again, think is an action word. Next slide. The boy didn't think twice. Boy is the noun. Think is the verb. Think describes what the boy didn't do. He didn't think twice. Think plus ing becomes thinking. Notice the arrow and the red word. He was thinking about a fun day. Thinking is the action verb. It is a physical action, even though it is mentally, but he's actually doing an action. So let's go to our next slide. Throw. Again, throw. Next slide. The sentence, the boy can throw fastballs. Boy is the noun. Throw is the verb. Throw describes what the boy can do. Throw plus ing becomes throw in. Notice the arrow and the red words. The boy is throwing the ball very fast. Throwing is the action verb. It is showing physical action. Next slide. Walk. Walk. This is something I like to do. Walk. Our sentence, the girl can walk fast. Girl is the noun. Walk is the verb. Walk describes what the girl can do fast. Walk plus ing becomes walk in. Notice the arrow and the red word. The girl is walking to school. Walking is the action verb. It is showing an action, a physical action. Next slide. Win. Again, win. It's always fun to win. Next slide. The boy will win first place. Boy is the noun. Win is the verb. Win describes what the boy will do. Win plus ing becomes winning. Notice the arrow and the red word. The boy was winning all the trophies. Again, win is a word where you have to add another N, doubling the constants before adding ing. I'll explain these types of words in another lesson. Winning is the action verb. Next slide. That concludes all our words. You've learned a lot of new vocabulary words, and you've learned how to use them in sentences, recognizing the nouns and the verbs. So, do you have any questions? If so, please leave me a comment with your questions, and I will, as soon as possible, reply to your questions. Or you can contact me again via email or Skype should you want to have a one-on-one lesson with me about this lesson or any lesson in the past. Thank you so much for joining me for this lesson. Next slide. Again, this is Margaret's English Camp. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you again, and I will see you in the next lesson. Bye-bye.